Namaste everyone, welcome to another episode of the new podcast that we have started. So today what we are going to do is simply take on a few questions from this recent Instagram post that I put up. And Chinmay is here, he's helping me set up the entire recording thing. We're doing this for the first time, haven't done a podcast before. But fuck that, we don't care, we've got Cuddles with us, so we don't need any more support. The strongest Changadar is over here with us. But let's move on. Let's begin, dive straight into it. I'm going to quickly scroll through the comments in the Instagram post that I put up. And there's a bunch of interesting questions over here from Kaushik. I think he's a Brotherhood member from Calcutta. There's questions from Mahavir, Kashyap, Abhijit, Akshay. There was one which had caught my eye today in the morning when I woke up and I saw the comments. So Raj Kale, and I think he's from Pune. I think we have met in a meetup before. By the way, guys, Sirhud Kalra is now totally different from the Free Man. The Free Man is our place for self-improvement for men to unlock their best potential and to overall bring a change into our species by creating more conscious men. Please let me be mobile, random, free. Do not collude the two different aspects of what I do together. That's just a little disclaimer that I'm putting out. Thank you so much. Moving on, Raj's question is, I have a question about life. Is life all about finding yourself or creating yourself? And that is a fantastic question. Caught my thought process bang in the middle where I was today morning. There was this particular analogy that I was trying to come across so that I could share it with all of you guys when I would talk about this particular topic. And I could not come across an analogy simply because normally an analogy puts, something poetic. It's something poetic or something which is a wordplay, and it helps you understand the singular element of any particular thing that we're talking about, but mostly it helps you understand the singularity of that particular thing. That's just my take. I mean, there are different kinds of analogies and stuff like that, but in my way of sharing something or explaining something to you guys, what I would talk about is, let's just go into the topic first of all. He talks about, is life about finding yourself or creating yourself? I think it's both. Because one starts from the ground up, starts from zero, and it's a positive climb. And the other one is a reversible process, I feel. It's a reversal process which comes to the finding yourself aspect, because I feel the creation is something which we do as we find more of ourselves, the more we are able to create outside of ourselves in terms of our life. So to put this into perspective, when it comes to creating your life, I think it is more about on the outside, in the physical world, in your relationships, everything that is on the outside, I think you create, alright? Your life, your money, your livelihood, your business, whatever the fuck it is, I think it's probably on the outside. The finding yourself part, I would consider the analogy of a sculptor trying to make a statue out of a single block of stone. And I would say that when you're born, that block of stone gets blotched by a lot of different thought systems of society, of belief systems, of religion, of the way your parents bring you up, etc. So I feel that is a reverse process where you start carving out the beautiful human being that you are, and I think that carving is done on the inside, not really on the outside. So that is why I think the finding yourself process is something which happens within you as you go deeper, as you talk about soul searching. So as you go deeper towards your own soul, I wouldn't even say into your own soul, because first you got to find where the fucking soul is. A lot of people do not really realize where the soul is. They think the soul is the mind. That is their biggest misconception, and hopefully we are able to change that the more we release episodes on this podcast and other things. So it's not about finding yourself in terms of just the soul. Basically, you find yourself at many different layers. The way I have found myself over the years, and I'm still on the fucking process, by the way, I haven't finished that. I think the deeper you go into this, the more aligned you become with figuring out this particular thing. So everything around in your outside life, the life that you're creating, becomes minimal, so that this internal process of finding your soul in the first place and then diving deep into it can begin. And I think that is a very fantastic way to create your life, by reducing waste. So you're actually not creating, you're eliminating. And via elimination, you're creating your life. Because you eliminate the wasteful people in your life, you eliminate the wasteful consumption in your life, be it of bad food, be it of bad media, be it of any kind of useless entertainment that you know is not really benefiting you in the long run. It's just a momentary piece of entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, if that is your lifestyle, then it is going to be difficult for you to unlock your best potential. All right, so that's what I meant on the creating side. That it's an eliminating process, something which you as a sculptor can imagine yourself doing, carving yourself out as time goes on the inside, finding who the hell you are, finding what inspires you, finding what drives you. Because, like, for example, people ask me, right, what inspires me? I think I inspire myself because I'm just too hungry to find out more of who I am and get that motherfucker out in this world so that he can do more of whatever he is born to do. And I don't think that that is a process which can be done unless on the outside, while I'm creating my life, I am not eliminating. If I'm not eliminating, there are too many distractions, there are too many different forms of stimulation coming my way. And it's funny because the most like, a lot of people would ask me, like, how do you eliminate? The most stupid way, but like a very, very important way that I've been doing is, I've just been unfollowing people on Instagram because I was connected with a lot of people, and I realized that those connections were not really substantial. They weren't formed on any solid substance. I would remain connected, thinking one day in the future maybe this person and I can do business or this or that. Fuck the future. Honestly, if right now I don't have any connection with him or her, that I can actually send that person a message right now, and I have to think before sending a person a message that what should I type, or is this the right time to send, or this or that, then those are not the kind of connections that I would want in my life. So that is one tangible way of me doing the elimination in the practical world, and that is as simple as it can get, because you're simply starting to control what you allow to come inside your mind or inside through your senses, your ears, your eyes, your sense of smell. With the food that you eat, there's a reason why junk food appeals to us. There's a reason why sugar appeals to us, because it literally targets us at a very animalistic level. And if as a human being we are not able to gain consciousness to the point of coming above just our plain animalistic self, we will never be able to be more than just another animal. We will eat shit, sleep, fuck, that's all we will do. Fuck also is not going to be possible if you can't become a conscious human being, because at some level you do need a basic level of consciousness. You are not in the animal kingdom anymore, where you can just go and a strong alpha male can just jump over a herd of females and stuff like that. That's not the way the world operates anymore. So anyway, that's a totally different topic, a totally different podcast. For this one, yeah, that's my micro take on finding yourself and creating yourself, where I'm answering Raj's question on this thing, and I feel that it's a synchronous process. It's a process which happens simultaneously, because I feel the more you grow on the inside, and I think the more you grow on the inside, the more on the outside life starts materializing in the right manner. So the more you grow on the inside is basically the deeper you come towards finding your own soul, and then understanding your soul as in what kind of relationships drive you, what kind of motivating factors drive you. Is it money, or is it the hunger for achievement, or is it the hunger for being involved in something? Whatever it is, you will come to know all of that deeper. Let's save that for another podcast. But I hope I was able to answer Raj's question in a good manner, where I'm trying to differentiate between finding yourself and creating yourself. Any question on this, send it to me via a comment, share it with me via a comment, be it on Instagram. I think that's the best place for the podcast suggestions to come in. So let's do it over there. I'll see you guys there. See you. Bye-bye. Signing out.